I'm Greg, I'm a designer at Purpose, and I've worked here for 3.5 years.
And I'm Amie, and I'm a senior designer at Purpose, and I've been here for about 6 years. I started off as an intern, and I remember having my work on, I think, a design blog, and someone at Purpose picked it up from there and got in contact, and I was lucky enough to get the interview here. That seemed to go well, and I started off interning, and when I got here I kind of knew that this was the place I wanted to be. I'd done a couple of placements before, and but coming here, because of the people and the culture, I knew it was somewhere where I wanted to stay, so I kind of did my best and went my hardest to make sure they wanted me around as well. At the time, it wasn't the timing wasn't right for being hired, but they offered me a freelance junior position for a couple of months, and then eventually I ground them down to offer me a permanent place. So that was about 6 years ago now, and I've been here ever since. So yeah, it's been great.
When I graduated from Nottingham-Trent, a couple of months before the actual graduation, we do a London show as well. I think that distance is quite difficult for people to travel that way, so that was a good opportunity. And I was fortunate enough to meet our old creative director, and then we just had a quick chat at the time, and then I sent an email sort of begging replacement, and then came along here. So I worked here for about 8 weeks, and then followed that up by going full-time as a junior. So that was sort of scarily 3.5 years ago now, and then I've been there ever since. We've got universities that we deal with quite a lot, and we've always got a sort of steady stream of talent coming in.
Yeah, it's not just kind of people getting in contact with us that we tend to offer the placements to. We put quite a lot of effort in sourcing talent ourselves, and we always make an effort to go down to all the shows, the grad shows, the ones in London in particular, and D&AD. And we invest quite a lot of time in sourcing new talent and keeping it in the studio. And there's not always necessarily a job at the end of it, but we like to kind of keep our mind open, and generally if someone makes a really, really good impression here, then we make a real effort to try and get them on board. Just going the extra mile and showing that you're conscientious and you have a kind of a hunger for it, that really goes a long way.
More often than not, we're always impressed when people ask questions, and just be a bit nosy, I think.
Yeah. I don't find it hard to kind of translate the value to clients, because we always approach the work in such a way that it's obvious, or it's quite easy to explain why we've done what we've done, because it leads back to a benefit for them in some way.
I suppose when we'd initially start a project, if you've got, we're always at that stage where everything's moving quite quickly and everyone's quite excited, and you'd have maybe 8 routes on the wall, and then you'll come in the next morning and we can sense check that against, is actually that what we want to do? Is that actually, can we tell that story and then prove that this is actually going to work for someone? In that case, almost immediately half vanish when they were possibly more style over the actual substance that we were trying to portray for the actual storytelling part of it. And I think that's something that's, ever since I guess we've worked here, that you would have sort of drummed into, I think, is that we've definitely got that ethos that will it work? Is there actual a substance behind that, or is it just sort of for show? And then immediately things start becoming a bit more clear, I think.
We'll always start off at the beginning of a project, whether it's a project that requires kind of strategy or not. We'll always kind of step back and take a look at the brief and the client, and the kind of environment around the brief as the C process, and then the thinking's obviously the design. Create is bringing that into fruition and bringing that to life, and then the do is looking at how that's being received and seeing if there's anything that we might change now that it's kind of gone out into the wide world, if there's anything we can do better. So I think those 4 kind of stages are just naturally kind of how we work. I don't know if there was a massive emphasis right at the beginning, this is what we do. It was definitely breathed into us, but I think it's just quite a natural way of working, that it's not a real prescripted, right, this needs to be the 4 steps.
And I suppose with that sort of 4 steps, I think if you were to sort of out of body look back, and then it's a huge process from start to finish. And I think the further you go through the company, the more likely you are to be involved in all 4 aspects of those. But I suppose when you're more junior, you might just be on the sort of do part of it. Whereas the sort of more in depth you get with a client, you'll be more likely to start looking at the C phase at the start.
But I think even as a even if you're an intern coming into Purpose, I think the C phase is just that when you're absorbing everything about the project, and you're looking at the client's competitors and looking at the market and stuff like that. I think there's always a C and an explorative phase in any kind of project, whether that's kind of more a strategic, working out the strategy for a brand right at the beginning, or whether it's an existing client, and just getting your head into what they're doing at the moment.